and they're gone. So, I believe. Oh wait, hold on. False start. My bad. That's right. You gotta press 0 first. And there we go. All right. So the first stage is always gonna be an intro. Classic Mega Man X. You know, gotta get that intro going. Good music. Prefer X's more. A lot of hopping. So the main thing with X and Zero is mainly in this game is that you can't dash like you would normally in some of the other games, and that happens throughout the PlayStation series, which is really odd. You can't when you do initial dash, you actually wait like 10 frames before the character. It's roughly 8-10 before the character actually does the dash animation. So every 8 to 10 frames, you are actually just standing there doing nothing. So you want to avoid that as much as possible by dash jumping, which you can do roughly faster. You know, every frame, every other frame, depending on how quick your reaction is. Zero has a saber, so his attack patterns will be a lot different than X you would normally see. He's a very close counter Maverick Hunter, so you're not going to see a lot of stuff from a distance, which can slow things down in at times. But obviously everybody knows that he gets to use something called SDC, which stands for Sword Dash Cancel, meaning slash dash slash. Pretty much, that's it. Boom, you learned it. And it's pretty fast. You won't see it right away until like Dragoon. So here, they're gonna try to manipulate the movement here of Mr. E-Dragon, I usually call him. And you want to dash, slash, and then dash away to kind of get him to stay put so that you can just kind of slash him instead of having him fly away. But it can be a hit or miss, but luckily both our runners did get it, so that's really good. Happy days, happy days. Yeah, that's nothing really going on with the intro. It's never really, you never see like advanced strat because you don't got the abilities. So, my favorite music, the stage selection. Anyways, like I said, you go to Dragoon first. And 100%, the route kind of changes a little bit depending on who you, how well you can deal with certain Mavericks. But you definitely want to take care of Dragoon first because you get the fire uppercut. For Zero, which you do need to get in Spider and some other things. So it is very helpful to have, especially in 100%. And his weakness is pretty weird anyways, so we're gonna see some dashing. Now you're gonna see, you probably see in Shadow that actually Zero is black. Zero armor doesn't do anything in this game, unlike late games. Zero armor is just color. That's it. Nothing really going on there. So you're gonna see some really cool movements from both these runners. So I believe both of them go for Iceless-ish. I call it ish because it's not exactly iceless. It has a lot more of a window to hit. So we're gonna see Baldo. Oh, 1, 2. There we go. See, and that can technically be faster than just climbing the mountain itself. So, which Zero? Oh, he had it. He had it, but couldn't get that kick. And then you're gonna see him just screw it. Yep. Oh no. This is bad because those rocks. Yeah, those rocks are gonna. Ooh, he did it. That's really close. Ooh, that's sketchy. Now Zero has actually a smaller hitbox than X, which jumping over those yellow machine dude or green machine guys, I can't tell color. Those green machine guys is a little bit easier. So, and there's SDC and Baldo's side. You see him kind of take some damage on purpose so that he could just stand there and done. Boom, there it is. Blink and you're out. So that's pretty much, you know, pretty much what happens. Yeah, Shadow kind of took a little time due to mainly just kind of missing the first one, which he did have it. He had first try. Then tried to make a jump for it. Didn't have it again, but he couldn't just get that kick. And then after that, the rocks kind of was killing him. But he got a good pattern of Dragoon there. That was really good, man. You don't want him hopping around. You really don't. So, Cyber Peacock is next. So, Cyber, the stage is pretty much a giant time trial. So, in 100%, you obviously have to want to go fast, but... or in any speedrun you want to go fast, but in 100%, you definitely need that. Otherwise, it's a big miss. Except for the very first one. The very first one, you kind of just get a life. So, it's not too bad if you miss it. So, you have to get an S rank. You're going to see that you get to another room with said items. So, you're going to see some neat movement here on Baldo's side. I love Cyber Peacock's stage with Zero. It's just kind of neat the way you kind of just manipulate the way you jump around those orbs. Because once you do touch them orbs, it's not a paralyzation. You kind of just get stuck inside them for like, I think like 2 or 3 hits. And I think it's mandatory. Like you can't like shake out of it. It's almost like spider's web. It's really odd. Need some climbing here. And Baldo is getting clean. Don't want him to get stuck. He takes a damage boost to get rid of it. Oh, there we go. Look at that cleanness right there. And Shadow is not too far behind. I think at time that to be 30 seconds there. So. And then after the time trials, it's just a regular stage, which is pretty straightforward. You just step on switches, make sure the ramps are making the balls roll toward those purple cubes, so that you can get your item. So and yeah, looks like we got that. So Cyber Peacock, the boss himself, he's a little janky. So, he will actually teleport on top of you half the time if you're on the, when he wants to go on the floor. But you want him to go in the corner. So you want him to kind of go in the right or left corner. You can kind of manipulate him like you can do Zero here, due to the fact that you can kind of time the speed. Okay, so he's getting a really good pattern here. That's really good. Takes too much damage to teleport away anyways, so. And then you can kind of manipulate him to goad him into like doing that, because if he doesn't do that, you can lose a bit of time if he just jumps in the air. But that was a really good fight on Baldo. Nice. I like that. Shadow right behind him. Gets a really good pattern in the beginning. Boom, right off the bat. That's really rare. Peacock is pretty much designed to like only do that if he takes too much health or something. So that's kind of the pattern that what you normally would do, right where Shadow's doing, kind of just like because you just want him to go to the next area. Trying to get a chance to get him to go to the left or right side. Wow, he's not cooperating anymore. He was cooperating in the beginning, and now he's just... Nope, that was it. That's Cyber Peacock for you. Ugh, terrible. Anyways, so we got Mushroom. Not a big fan of mushrooms. Oh, Baldo trying to dash underneath those things. Kind of some neat movement there. Taking the loss of frames, but not taking bonks. So as long as you don't bonk, you're pretty good. And this stage is pretty cool. It has a really good climb. It kind of reminds me of like Kawanger in X1, but obviously not exactly. So yeah, they did use that staircase a lot. There was a lot of stuff that kept from X4 to X5 that they kind of just reused. X4, if you play the game and are you watching, you can kind of get a good like X1 to 2 feel, meaning like more more Mega Man-ish, kind of linear, going straight forward to the right, left to right type of thing. In the later games, that kind of, you still kind of go left to right, but it kind of changes. there's different posts, there's different ways to go, stuff like that. So Baldo taking the hard strats. I never try to do that spike thing because that is just lame, and I'm an X-runner, so I don't even fight that guy. So you're gonna see a lot of slash here, staircases, bouncing dudes, more staircases. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna see Shadow doing the mini boss here as well. Alright, so he uppercut, and if he falls, he's gonna try, yep. And he's gonna do it again. If he falls again, oh, and then do it, uppercut. Wow, that is some skill right there. I don't care who he is, man. You have to time that pretty good to uppercut at the same moment the stupid thing is doing it, so. I didn't know about the writer of the same thing. Too bad the game in X5 was not well, just not popular. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It just, you know. So you're gonna see Baldo trying to get a little bit early up the elevator to help kind of speed things along. So by the time the elevator gets up, boom, he's in there. So, you know. So we're gonna see some mushroom skills. Look, watch this. You gotta watch. I'm gonna let you guys see, and you guys really don't need an explanation. You guys can just watch. There's no tricks. You already know about SDC. It's just timing to make sure you hit mushroom at the wow, and he SDC while mushroom is moving. That is some craziness, man. Still does not make me interested in running Zero correctly, man. ShadowZero taking too much damage. Yeah, I wouldn't risk that either. So, X4, X1 is probably my favorite X game. I like X4 a lot as a speedrun. I like it a lot. There's like no one-hit kills, and it takes a bit of skill more, I feel like. But, I definitely like X1 a lot, so. And so Baldo is on an autopilot, so just sit back, enjoy the show. Zero taking a bit of hits here. Please, no. Yeah, oh no. See, that's always sketchy, man. That always gets me, man. Mushroom, if you're new at this game, if you're new to the run, that is always going to be the first one that you're going to have difficulties learning. That's usually the first. I've seen so many new runners. That is a chore, man. Man. It really is. Shadow knows the run pretty well. I think he's just kind of, you know, a bit rusty. But that's fine. He'll bring him back. Anyways, Baldo is still trying to finish the auto-scroller. If you don't know about the auto-scroller too much, nothing really going on to concern you. The main thing you're going to put on notice is that he's jumping and dashing in the air. So that actually pushes the screen faster every time you do that. So the more you do that, the more you're just going to end the level. So, it's not tech. It is still an auto-scroller, but it's still, like, you know, you can still control it. So, you definitely want to make sure you get that push so that you can keep things moving. So every time, we're on to Sting, and Sting is a fun boss. I don't care whose character you're on. I'm lying about that. But, he'll do a dive every now and again. And if he dives, that is a bit of a loss in time. And you never want him to do that. And if he does, you gotta scream yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah, now would be a good time for donations. And Shadow going, Storm Owl. That's the old route, too. Ish, I think. I was told by somebody. I forget now. Sheen. Oh, he's getting a pattern now. He didn't get Sting to fall down. He needed him to come down. He should have fell or floated that. He should have done that earlier. He must have missed a hit, because it's, that's all based on how much damage Sting takes, and if he takes too much, he'll just skip it. If he takes too little, he won't do it. So, Shadow in a mech, which is actually the fastest way to do this stage, by the way. Yeah, you won't hear that too often. But yeah, because there's a lot of enemies in this stupid stage that take a lot of HP and everything, or has a lot of HP, it's just best to just do the mech, and the charge thing will just kill everything. Shadow tries. Shadow's... Oh! Using the double jump to get under there. With X, I'm used to kind of just dashing at the spikes. If you hit the tippy top of the spikes, those actually don't exist. So... Gene on Storm as well. So we got some interesting fighting here. And yes, I did forget to mention that too. Wow, Gene went underneath the ship. That is some interesting movement. And doesn't go for the strats of blowing stuff up. That actually can lose you time. Just saying. That actually... you definitely want to make sure you're not taking... you're not bonking anything. Storm Owl is weak to Peacock, which is like aim and laser and X. So it's just oh, blocked. Should I take a damage boost? And there you go. So Storm actually can take a bunch of hits from those Peacock things. You just have to get really close. Storm doesn't have iframes. He has that he has a shield, and if that shield isn't casted in a certain way, you can actually damage him still, but only X can do that because of certain things. Zero has really no way because of his animation, but he can still SDC and not cause damage, so that's always good. So, oh, that's another thing too, and the difference I want to let people know is that Zero actually has one less fight, which explains even more why he's a faster run. Is that in X, you actually fight Colonel twice. You actually fight him after the first 4 Mavericks are destroyed. So, Gene is about a whole stage ahead. Due to that death and mushroom and everything, that was really a killer for Zero. Zero making some wide dashes. Must be like a movement thing for himself. I definitely understand, because Sting, if you don't dash correctly in this first segment or second, you can just goodbye. Try again. Like, seriously, see you later. Yeah, I've been waiting to fight with you. Yeah, that's only an X. There's a lot of cool stuff in X, so that's me. Anyways, ShadowZero is getting done with the auto level. Gene is the train is kind of like an auto level. Not really. You're still doing movement, but you wanna go fast in the train for 2 things. Obviously, speed run. 2, the train is on a global timer, so if you can complete the train fast enough or on a certain cycle, you can actually get, let's say after this mini boss, count to 3, he got the fast cycle. If you count to 6, he got the slow one. That was 6. So yeah. You have to go kind of fast. X is pretty easy to kind of get that to be nailed with. I hear Zero is a little bit more difficult due to some... just because Zero has to be really close to range to destroy things. He can't get, like... He can't shoot things from a distance. So it can the train is really... If you're watching, like, the train is really difficult. You're seeing a lot of damage boost because you can't shoot things from a distance to manipulate things. So, Sting... We're gonna do this again. You're seeing... Yeah! Yeah! Okay, that's a bad dive. We don't want yays, by the way. Yeah! Yeah! Okay, that's not good. Yeah! Wow, why is he diving so much? I think Zero is missing some hits. There we go. And then Gene is on Slash Beast. The Slash Beast is an easy boss. Wait, this ain't Mega Man. This ain't X. Sorry. Slash is another one that can really destroy you if you're not used to SDCing or just his movement. He has about 3 attacks. One is that one where you see him kind of crush the side. He kind of just goes back and forth. The second one is a Twin Slasher, where he shoots something with his feet. The other one is kind of that stomp he does. But you want him to roar. So if he just stands there and goes, rah, you want him to do that because you can just sit there and SDC him the whole time. Now, there's supposed to be... I was told, I think, that in the Japanese version, there's actually get him to do an infinite roar. So, props to the Japanese version. But yeah. The reason also, yeah, speaking of Japanese versions, you're actually seeing them run in English, because English, unlike most speedruns, is actually the fastest version. In the Japanese version, each boss, each of these 8 Mavericks, has a certain dialogue. They have their own dialogue, like, you know, like how you hear, like, you know, X, it's not over yet. But they have their own dialogue, and that like each one can last like 5 seconds or something. Like it racks up time. So if you're trying to go fast, you may want to just get the English version. So, and you probably want to get the PS2. PC's faster, but it is on the leaderboards. It's compared to the PS2. And we don't talk about Sega. So you're seeing Shadow and Spider. Oh, Gene got a little bit of bad pattern there in the mini boss. This is what I mean by you needed like the uppercut with the fire, so that you can kind of get bust through things like this. And once that happens, you can get a heart. I don't think there's an E-tank in this one. No, it was a capsule for X. So you're kind of just seeing kind of movement-wise. Zero's Saber causes a lot of like artificial leg-ish. So like they purposely put the leg in so that it doesn't like make Zero OP and destroy everything. So like what I mean by that is if you attacked like one of them bees nests, it just slows down the game and tremendously. So you just end up damage boosting it like you saw. Gene passing Frost Walrus. You're probably seeing the mini boss. You want him to kind of open his eye and then shoot towards a wall, and then when he does that, you can just hammer him down with the fire attack. Right now, Zero's trying to get a quick kill. He's taking a little too much damage, not getting it correctly there. Nope. He got a pretty good chunk, but to explain Spider is that Spider's iframes are another wonky one. Is that once he takes damage and goes into the tree, he doesn't have iframes anymore. So with that, you can just keep on hitting him, which is how quick kill with him works with X when you use Nova Strike, because he'll just take damage every frame, killing him. Gene done with Frost Walrus. That's a pretty straightforward fight, due to the fact that you just want to fire uppercut him. Like, seriously, that's pretty much it. Don't die. But that's a goal for any speedrun. So I kind of have explained Slash Beast. Like I said, it's a train, so it's pretty straightforward. With Gene being on So Gene being on Spider, I wanted to explain Spider just a little bit more. So what happens in Spider is like you want to like manipulate certain creatures to jump and not jump, so that you can like just dash underneath them and everything. This log portion is pretty straightforward. You just want to jump and everything. Yeah, because that's the difficult part of this game. Just jump. Ooh, Gene kind of cut that one short. Or does he prefer Baldo? I don't know. Gene kind of working with that double jump. That is OP as heck, man. I wish X had a double jump. So you're gonna come. I want to explain the beast a little bit more, and then the artificial leg with Zero Saber. Upcoming here, if you see any kind of slash here with multiple things, like you can destroy like that, but you're seeing them intentionally just not destroy these things because it would cause lag like no tomorrow. Zero getting the slow pattern too. Yeah, that 3 seconds is always a killer. That fast train, yeah, whatever. Gene wrecking the stage for reals. Let's see here. We'll see if Gene can do the spider quick kill though. I've seen some pretty good ones. You can actually kill him before the first segment. Like I call it a stage. Spider's actually one of the only bosses that has like a different segment after you hit him so many times. I don't know why they designed it that way, but so you gotta hit him one more time, and but he hit him too many times. So you want to hit him enough. You want to hit him enough so that he's like actually like at the most 3 hits away from death, and then you would just kill him. So, but that's a really good fight still with Spider. You still want to do as much damage as possible. Alright, what kind of slash beast boss can we get from here? Can we get some roars? Oh, I'm not roaring. Ah. 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 No, that was a pretty alright fight. That was pretty solid. He could have roared a little bit more, but hey, it's a race. What can you expect? This stage is one of my favorite stages and one of my least favorites as well. Where Gene is on, this is the Colonel stage, and it is movement heavy, no RNG stage whatsoever. It's all predetermined. Every enemy is located wherever you move. It's crazy. That was a really good movement too on Baldo's side. That was crazy. Shadow, I was gonna say Sub-Zero. ShadowZero still has to do Frost Walrus. You're gonna see Genebaldo try to use something with ice. Watch this. I urge you to watch Colonel's HP every time you see him use ice. And I mean that because every time Colonel changes his position, his iframes reset, meaning you can get double hits. And he initially can do it in the very first beginning because he'll change his stance every time. And that's actually how in X you can actually Nova Strike him and get up to like 3 hits, which is amazing. So yeah. And then Gene is on his way to double. Isn't that what it is? Double? I forget who it is. Oh no, it's Iris. And too bad we apparently don't get to see no Iris because she in a suit. I'm sorry, Zero. Alright, so ShadowZero is getting a bad pattern. You do not want this ice sculpture to be doing this bullcrap. And if you also paid attention to ice, oh, he got a good pattern at the end there. Right before he leaves, there's Ice Peak Guigo. In the beginning of the stage of Frost Walrus is the boss. Yeah, is the boss from X3. Blizzard Buffalo. So Gene is trying to manipulate the eye to stay in a position so that he can just uppercut and slash him. The slashes are meant to kind of kill the enemies that are spawning every time you hit the mech. And the uppercut is kind of meant to destroy more of them than as they spawn. So it's just more of a kind of a combo that helps with not overloading the game with so many mini enemies. So we see Baldo going bottom route, which is the fastest route, and is one of the most coolest ones. So we're gonna see some air dashing, and yeah, what are we racing for? That's the cool thing about Zero. He has no clue what he's doing. X, we know what we're fighting for. We're fighting for justice and freedom. So quick explanation on General here. Is that yeah, you want him to shoot his fists. You actually want to catch these hands. You want to catch these hands. No, he is not catching these hands. Why won't he let us? This is some terribleness. This floatness. This float is really good if you're X, but terrible, man. He is doing it again because he does not want us to catch these hands. This is terrible. But Frost Walrus is down. Shadow is on his way to Colonel first, before General. Wow, this is just a terrible pattern. Sorry, Baldo. That is not what you want for Zero at all, man. He did not shoot out though. He did not put his dukes up at all. Hopefully we can show what I mean by that when Shadow gets to that point. Meanwhile, Baldo is on his way to the refights. Man, I forgot how fast the Sigma stages are. So we got some cool movement from Shadow. Look at this. Alright, I think I'm just jinxing things. That dash right there is like literally impossible half the time. Even his X is crazy. So movement-wise, jumping. So you're gonna see Gene. There's nothing really different in the refights. It's everything you've seen already. That could probably be a downside when it comes to the refights. I think it's interesting as a speedrunner. But if you're watching, you're just like, where's the Hado? Where's the Hadouken? Where's the Shoryu? Come on.
Show me what you've got.
Alright, so watch Colonel. You didn't get the double hit. You still want to watch anyways. You can still get it with Zero a little more often. You want to get him to change his stance. He could have had that one, but I think he changed it too soon. So he stands still. Oh man, he teleported on. That's some baloney. And Gene is trying to get a quick kill here. So, ooh, can this work? No, he took too much damage. I thought Baldo was trying to go for something there. So Shadow is on his way to General. Oh no, he's on his way to Iris. And sadly, we will not find out what we are fighting for once again, because Zero is just caught up in his feelings. Let's see here. So I really don't know how to explain the. Do we have any donations? What's going on? I really don't have much for the refights. They're the same thing. It's really hard to explain too, because I mean, not hard to explain. It's just you've seen everything. You've seen SDC and like 3 bosses, which half the time you can only do anyways. Stay with me, brother. Her brother's dead. Iris! Iris! Shadow going for the quick snipes. He's timing. He is timing his sabers good, man. Look at this. Look at that. Damn. Skills. Hopefully they're paying bills. But Baldo is on his way with all the refights. They're pretty much straightforward. Even the same RNG, there's really no way to change that. Except for the water is yellow here. That's not a good sign. Water is supposed to be blue. Yeah, that's a bad sign. Yeah. Wow. Don't. I'm gonna say don't dive anymore, Sting. This is not happening. We don't need this. Oh! Ho ho! Giving me a heart attack. Shadow. Holy crap, man. Jumped out the mech just a tad soon. He could actually no, he could have jumped out of that mech just fine had he jumped a little bit higher. Gene, oh, he got it. Okay, he took a little too damage. So Shadow is up here with Mr. Fisticuffs. Please give us something here. No, you've got to be kidding me, man. And that's what I mean by the leg. When you hit an enemy that can't be damaged more than once. Oh my god, this guy, what is the deal? Someone, like, get this, like, guy off. Holy crap. Oh, nice hit by Baldo over there with killing him on the jump. Alright, so this is the okay, so this is the hands you want it. Right here, you're gonna see 1, 2. Oh, he took 2. Oh, he's gonna, yeah, as I say, might as well take too much damage. Oh man, why? He's gonna fall off. Yeah, bam. That's what you wanted. General is he's the general of just I don't know, something, man. You're seeing Baldo actually uses some different setup for Mushroom. You can actually use the spider lightning, which is actually the only time you see this. He's trying to SDC in the process, along with hitting him with the lightning, because there's some times where he won't like do that animation. So I miss Iris too. Yeah, Zero had no problem killing her. I think Zero is the bad guy the whole time, you guys. We figured it out. We know what he's fighting for. Actually, speaking of Zero being a bad guy, hold up. This is the refights anyways. No one cares. Just kidding. If you want to talk about bad guys, actually Zero originally was the bad guy of the X series. That's why it's called a Zero Virus. He was actually a Maverick that went rogue. Like he went full like he's built by Dr. Wily for a reason, and he went full rogue. And then during a battle with Sigma, who was leader of the Maverick Hunters at the time, fought Zero, almost lost, won the fight, but in the process was badly injured and crushed that crystal on Zero's forehead, causing whatever it is that he was doing to just apparently stop. But this mixed with Sigma and caused the Sigma virus, and Sigma went rogue instead. So, you know how they say that light casts a shadow type of thing. So, but yeah, so that's how that kind of works. And no, Shadow's running on PC and Baldo is on PS1. So generally speaking, you don't want to run a emulator. If you're gonna do emulator, you might as well just do PC, man. PC's faster. Yeah, well, you know. The Zero, it's funny. Zero's attitude is a complete overhaul in the Zero series. Like, you can tell, even on the last line of X or 04, that he's like, I never wanted to be a hero. I just do what I want to protect the people or whatever. So, like, you know, it's just crazy. Some other interesting things. Actually, hold on. I'm, like, totally botching here. Jean is fighting Death, who is Sigma. Yeah, figure that out. There's a way to actually manipulate a third hit. He actually resets his iframes when he's on the right wall, and then when he does the yeah, you can hit him again. So here you're gonna want to SDC jump. Oh, you don't jump. Wow, you can actually just go to the wall and the scythe go. That's neat to know. So, holy cow, that was a fight right there. Yeah, every robot, if not all robots are based off of X's design. X was the, like, robot to mimic, and so, like, they designed robots that were supposed to do the same thing with the free will and the choices and the feelings and everything. The thing is just like people, they can become corrupt, so... but they also blame a Sigma virus, which is supposed to change things into Mavericks, make you super hostile. So, Baldo got the end. That is not a pattern you won't. So you're gonna see some SDC. That is amazing. Yeah, he took Baldo stepped away quite a bit there. And then you wanted to get some double hits if you can. Up, down, and then the end. Man, holy cow. He is just not dealing with anything. Baldo finishing with Final Sigma. All he has to do now is just hop towards General and watch General blow himself up. And time. Look at that. Baldo finishes with a time of 42:29. GG to him. Takes the race and the cake. But remember, the cake is a lie. So, and Shadow is having some issues. Good Lord, Mushroom is just not dealing with him today. Yeah, Dr. Kane and his shenanigans. Seems like people know about the history of Mega Man X's storyline. Another cool thing about the storyline too is, where was I going with that? I was going somewhere with that. How long is a 100% run in general? Generally a good time to hit is like 50 minutes, sub 50 minutes. If you're talking about like X's run, 50 minutes. Where does Battle Network fit in? Battle Network is an alternate timeline where robotics didn't exist, or didn't, like, it wasn't robotics. It was the internet that evolved, causing them to create, instead of robots, PETs, which is personal. Oh, I looked this up with a friend of mine the other day. Personal something. Personal terminal, I guess. The east of or something. But yeah, it's like it's a thing for internet stuff, and instead, like, the internet is a world itself. Like, you can shop and everything, type of thing. So, but But yeah, the storyline of X is the X series is just pretty much robots just wanting half the time. Actually, if you pay attention to the storyline too, in the X series, is that a lot of the robots are actually miscalculated for Mavericks. Like the entire X4 series, like the entire X4 game, could have been entirely avoided had Colonel just went to follow Zero X to the headquarters and explain himself. You know what would happen storyline wise? The game would have went to intro. Zero would have went to Colonel. Hey, I need you to take you down to the headquarters to, so that you guys aren't deemed Mavericks. Oh, okay. And then the credits play. Like it's just. But then there's other ones that are the same way too. The main reason why they started in this game, the Maverick Hunters went after the Reploids was because they were occupying spaces they were not supposed to, almost like a military trying to take over. That's not allowed. So you get the boot. I'm trying to remember another one. I think it was 2. X2, the storyline was that there was a lot of robots that were trying to protect something, and it didn't go well. I forgot what it was. But yeah, I mean, there was also the whole violin, agile, and everything that was just kind of making a mess of things. So, oh, that's right. That was the other thing I wanted to mention about the X storyline. The Maverick Hunters is yeah.
Prepare to become space dust.
The Maverick Hunters, they have a ranking. Before I give you guys the answer, what ranking do you think? And this is from regular regular rankings from S, A, B, C. D. What ranking do you think Zero and what ranking do you think X is? Yeah, Wiley's always a problem. He's always the reason why for everything. What is a storyline? Which game? There's a bit of a difference. Because you had mentioned Battle Network earlier. So you're trying to see Shadow. We're going to explain a little bit more Shadow here. Shadow. No, I'm not talking about his power. I'm talking about the ranking in between the Maverick Hunters themselves. There's a ranking in between the whole because there's other Maverick Hunters than Zero and X, but they're doing low chores. There's B ranks and stuff like that. What ranking would you give X and which ranking would you give Zero? Because it's actually in the booklet for this game alone. If you have the PlayStation 1 version or another one, there's actually a booklet that gives you more of what's going on. Oh, those double slashes, man. Oh, but you got a blowing pattern. You really don't want that with Zero. And I found out you don't want that with X either. That's slower. No wonder why I can't, some of my freaking PBs were going haywire. The end. So to kind of give you the answer, among the Maverick Hunters ranking, Zero is an S rank, and X is a B rank, and this is based off the booklets. So the reason the booklet suggests that and we got a time. Yeah, ShadowZero, not quite getting the sub 50, but right around the corner. Come on, what do we got here? What do we got? We got an SRL time of 50:07. GG, come on. But yeah, that's supposed to be the whole story. Like the ranking is that 0 and that like the main reason X is considered a B rank Maverick Hunter is that he doesn't kill his enemies. He gives them like the benefit of the doubt type of thing. So they consider that a weakness. So just FYI, guys, everybody, that it's not a weakness. You know, trying to let people live is, you know, kind of a good thing. We doing interviews? We can, if you want to just join. I feel like Baldo or Shadow, if you want to just join. I think we have time. I think. Someone let me know, please. Let me know. I don't want to say something wrong. Yeah, so X being a softie apparently lowers his rank. Okay, so here, I found more information, too. So, early on, X was... Here it is. The highest rank is A-class to give him performance for plays such as Zero, Vile... Oh, that's right, Vile was also a Maverick Hunter, too. So... But, they were all originally B-class. X was originally a B-class hunter due to his personality, but later became a special A-class hunter. But in command mission, X, Zero, and Axel are S-class hunters. So X didn't become an S-class until way further in the game or storyline. He was like for the longest time be like, "Oh, we have Shadow. What's up, man?"
That was the worst run of my entire life.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Yeah, that was fabulous.
That was a fabulous run, dude.
You barely beat my PB, and I have Irish cutscene. What up?
Oh god. There were so many points in time where I just was just like, oh god.
And they were all mushroom.
And mushroom.
Yeah, all of them. Every single time.
Yeah, mushroom was the worst. But no, what made me more mad was the jump during Magna, Dragoon.
Yeah.
Like inputs on the inputs. Yeah, the inputs, because this game isn't designed to use with other controllers. This game's more of a keyboard type game. Well, the port. So configuring it up with a PS3 controller isn't the best thing in the world. So it's you'll drop inputs at mega speeds. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. And there was that. Well, you gave me a heart attack. I think during on the way to Colonel, you like hit like a wall and then you fell because you bonked. And I'm like, oof! I was like, holy crap.
I mean, Colonel was I guess on either runner, from what I saw, was worse than I thought it would be.
I was trying to explain like all this hand strats, and not a single time did he until yours, like at the end, did he like shoot out his hands, and I'm like, wow, all right.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, the run went south as soon as it hit from Mushroom and Stingray. So
Yeah, that was crazy. Man. Still, you know, it's I still think it was. I mean, you had some really good movement, you know, throughout the other parts of the run. I thought your Colonel was pretty solid, but
it wasn't too. There wasn't too bad. It just if I hadn't taken so many deaths, this could have been just like a 46 flat. Yep. But
how many times did you die?
I died about 6-7 times. So
wow, I must have missed all of those.
Yeah. So
well, actually, I only counted twice, and both were mushroom.
Yeah, there was 4 more deaths afterwards that were, yeah, they were not the best. But I mean, hey, a race is a race. You might as well go on with it. It's not like I got anything to lose anyways.
Well, at least you got to win somewhere.
Yeah. The Ultra, my boy. When are we racing, my dude?
Nah, you can have that one. It's already too late for us.
Is it too late?
It's too late.
Is it too?
You responded to all of us late. So, so you can just have that win. I prefer X. If you want to race, let's race an X. Come on.
Do an X race?
I can give you a 2-minute head start.
I guess.
But I don't know where Baldo is. I tried to message him. I didn't see anything. I don't see him in chat either.
Did he disappear like a ghost?
I don't know. His game froze at the credits, so I don't know if he wants to join, if anybody's seen him. But yeah, I was given a marvelous backstory during the refights because there's nothing to explain.
Oh yeah, he left the race chat as well.
Okay.
So
well, but yeah, ShadowZero, that was really. I still, you know, hey, this stuff is a lot of the movement's difficult. So if you play X4, you will see it fast enough. You're like, wow, this is how are they going that fast and jumping at things? But,
yeah, playing this game for like about since 2014 it's been yikes on that aspect. So,
but it was still a really good race.
Yeah.
I think that might be all the time we have because I think something else is happening next. I believe so, anyways. I'm not sure.
Oh, is there something next? Oh, boy.
I don't know about a race for us, but I think that someone else is supposed to do something to speak even for. I have no clue anymore. But stay tuned for more X4. The tournament is still beginning. We still have a lot of like races going on. A lot of things kind of waited till last minute for people because just, you know, life. So I would stay tuned for a lot of races, see what's going on. Unless Shadow, you have something else to say about your run? How amazing it was.
Well, just keep getting interested. I'll still be around here doing commentary for you guys. So
yeah, I promise to be around more often too.
Yeah, so you know, keep in tune. There's still plenty of more X4 action coming your way. Just be a little bit more patient on us because a lot of people over here got some stuff going on, but we're getting there. And I think it's after this. I think it's the I believe it's the winners bracket now at this point because it's supposed to reform.
Oh, today's like the last day.
I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure if everyone else got their matches in.
Yeah, I know there's like a certain time limit. I forgot what the date was though.
Yeah, it was supposed to be March 1st. So this race right here was out of proportion.
I was gonna say I saw that actually when you guys set it up. I'm like, huh? I thought it was too late because you came in my chat and you're like, "That's over. Today's the last day." I'm like, "Oh, well, you win." But
that's all I got to say, really.
I think I got all to say, except for X is better than 0. X is always better than 0, except for Mega Man 0 games.
I got a good meme for you. X4 is trash. There you go.
There you go. And there you got the winner right there, actually.
X6 is better.
Battle Network's better.
Okay,
Not because I'm running it right now.
I think I'm done.
Alright, man. Well, everybody have a good night. Stay tuned for more X4 later in the future. Until next time, on Dragon Ball Z. Wait, no, that's not it.
Will X be able to defeat Zero? Find out on the next episode of Mega Man X4.
Or play X5 and you can beat Zero as X.
Hell yeah, dude.